If you live for others, then you will never be able to fully live for yourself. If you spend majority of your life trying to please the next person, then it'll be very hard for you to be content with anything that you could possibly build because your mind is so set forth on what others have to say. Whether you're successful, whether you're doing the right or wrong thing, people are still going to have things to say. When you live for yourself, you make it possible to shape your own identity. And at some point during your life, it's important that you ask yourself or figure out what are the reasons behind why you wake up and do what you do on a daily basis, and who do you do it for? Because if not, this is just going to open up the door for more complacency and things of that sort to come into your life and to get you off course. That's why I feel like it's very important that we find a sense of substance in the things that we're doing. Not necessarily because you want to feel something, but it has everything to do with the fact that when you have a driving force behind why you're doing what you're doing, it helps you stay aligned with the things that truly matter in your life. For example, just think of an engineer. Before they go out and build anything at all, they create a blueprint, and this blueprint is something that they follow to the T. And this just helps them stay on course with the work that they're having to do. So I feel like as far as life, if we put a blueprint together, if we allow ourselves to be so in tune with our morals and the things that matter most, it'll be a lot easier for us to just stay on track with what we really want to do. And one thing that I've really learned based on my past experiences is just think about the reasons why so many people want to go out here and reach these high points of success or acquire a lot of money. They go out and they buy these nice cars. They go out and they buy these houses. They go out and buy the most expensive clothes and jewelry. And what are all these things? They're all status symbols. They're all materialistic items that are used to help promote them in this wealthy way so that everybody in the world can validate them. We're living in a world where a lot of the attention has been taken away from being genuinely happy and living a true, authentic life to being put in a position where a lot of people just want to be celebrated and be worshipped. And this does way more harm to you in the long run, because I feel like as human beings, we have to learn how to be grounded and we have to learn how to live for ourselves. It doesn't matter about how much money you have. It doesn't matter about what great things that you've done or how far you want to take it with your life. If you don't know how to live for you, if you don't know how to do the things that genuinely bring you happiness and peace, then you will always feel without. And just for example, I remember back in the day, based on the way that I used to live, I was one of those people who was raised in poverty. For y'all who've been watching my YouTube for a while, y'all have heard a little bit about it, but I was raised in poverty and it was always just a money problem. But when I got a little bit of money, when I got a little bit of the things that I felt like I needed that would make me whole, I realized that I had other problems that I was dealing with. It wasn't even necessarily just about being content and being taken care of. Now you realize you got tons of other problems that exist. And this happens when you're not fully content and at peace with who you are. This happens when you're not living for yourself and you're living to portray this image of being somebody that you're probably not. Don't let the world trick you into imitating anybody that you see online, because a lot of the times these people are not as happy as they portray. Comparison will always be the thief of joy. And you got to really learn how to put yourself in a position to live for you and be true to the things that actually matter most in your life. Do not allow the world to categorize you. Just think about it like this. If you're raised and you're living your life without the sense of identity, if you don't necessarily know who you are, if you don't know the driving force behind why you do the things that you do, then the world will put you in a category. If you're not going to be a leader, if you're not going to be somebody that stands out and do the things that actually matter to you, then the world will dictate and decide where to put you. But we all have free will as human beings. That's why I feel like it's very important that we take the initiative and we do the things that truly make us happy. It doesn't matter about how much you acquire in this life. If you don't know how to appreciate the things that you have, you can get $1 million, you can get $1 billion, and you'll never be satisfied, because it's not about the external things that make a human being whole. It's about the internal things. It's about the way that you process this form of success or this form of growth that you may be experiencing. If you don't know how to properly process it and accept things for what they are in your life, then you will always feel incomplete. You will always feel like you have to live to please the world. And you will acquire a lot of things like status symbols, nice cars, nice houses, all to be viewed a certain way by people that just simply don't matter. People that are not going to be there when that changes. People that are not really riding for you how you would want people to ride for you. So really take the time to turn the attention away from doing things for the world and start doing them for you. Because years and years down the road, it's going to be a lot harder for you to stick to those things if they do not resonate with your spirit. if you're not genuinely happy, if you don't feel a sense of satisfaction when you're doing those things, it's going to be much easier for you to quit. It's going to be much easier for you to be inconsistent. The reason why I even started my YouTube channel on this whole growth or, a form of inspiration type of content is because this is what resonates with me. I don't have to get on here and fake it with any of y'all to speak this type of stuff because it's who I am. I've always been growth driven. I've always been somebody who liked the idea of growth and prospering in life. So this isn't something that I have to fake. But if I was to get on here and talk about, the Bible 24/7, something that I'm not 100% in, or something that I'm not 100% living by, then I will be nothing more than a hypocrite. Do not put yourself in a position to be a hypocrite. Life is way too short to live for anyone else besides yourself. And even with all of your flaws and everything that you may have went through this far, you still have the chance and the opportunity to go out and do those things. And a lot of the times we don't even realize how much we live for others' approval. Just think about back in the day before Instagram changed the like scenario where everybody likes was public. I don't know if y'all have ever been in a position where you used to post a picture. If it didn't get as many likes as you would want it to get, you would delete that picture. You could have liked that picture. You could have even potentially loved that picture, but just because others didn't like that post, it didn't validate you. It didn't make you feel content and whole with what you have going on. At that very moment, you don't realize how much you're living for others. You don't realize how much you're letting others dictate and guide your life, allowing them to categorize you and put you in a position where you're not living for yourself, you're just living for them. Because if you were living for you, it wouldn't matter what others say about you. It wouldn't matter how many people support you or how many people are on your side in terms of stuff like this. You would just do you because doing you is all that you want to do. So really learn to do you. Whatever that may be, whatever brings you that true happiness and peace, do those things without being afraid of what the world has to say, without being afraid of people judging you or looking at you like you crazy, because in reality, it just does not matter. The only thing that's going to matter is that if you can lay down at the end of the day and feel content with who you are, feel content with the decisions that you made, then it's a W day. Then it's a successful day, the way that I like to look at it. And one of my biggest problems growing up was just a sense of people pleasing. I realized at some point during my life that I would never be able to fully reach that point mentally that I wanted to reach until I stopped people pleasing. And there's different versions of people pleasing. You can be somebody that just genuinely want to see people do the best, and you'll do everything in your power to make that possible. Or you can be somebody that just genuinely does not like when people have negative viewpoints on you, so you try to do everything in your power to eliminate certain things like that from happening. And I was somebody who never wanted somebody to have a negative viewpoint on me. And whenever they did, I would just do things to try to eliminate that, or I would do things to try to please them or to try to change it. But if you live for others, then you'll never be able to fully live for yourself. If you spend majority of your life trying to please the next person, then it'll be very hard for you to be content with anything that you could possibly build, because your mind is so set forth on what others have to say. Whether you're successful, whether you're doing the right or wrong thing, people are still going to have things to say. It does not matter. Just live your life for you and do the things that bring you that true peace and happiness, because at the end of the day, when everything's gone, when all of the people that may seem like they support you but are only around because it's beneficial, when all of that fades away, it's just going to be you right there in your thoughts. And I know it would be much better for you to feel like you spent your time living for you, caring less about what everyone else has to say. But if you made it to the end of the video, I just want to say thank you so much. It's your boy Blue Jay Tay. Drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.